Hello, Matt Winley, Team 11 Project Officer here with our newest Team 11 Ambassador.
Matthew.
Paul Wade grew up in Hallam.
I did.
Went to school in Dandenong, played for Doveton, played for Dandenong City, but then of course, Socceroos legend, 6th most capped Socceroo of all time, long-time captain of our great country, a legend of the game, a ripping bloke, and now joining the likes of Vince Grella, Clint Bolton, Teresa Dees, Debbie Nichols as being Team 11 Ambassador. Thank you so much for doing that.
It's a pleasure.
Why are you happy to do that?
Well, I know how hard it is to get to the top at the highest level, and travel is probably the toughest part. You know, having to travel away from home and your education suffers a little bit. But it's not just playing for the Socceroos or Matildas, it's the fact that you can now bring a community together in your own backyard. You don't have to go anywhere else other than football. Everybody speaks that language.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
The region you know and love so much. I know obviously you live in Sydney, but obviously you've got family all still back in the southeast. I mean, are you convinced that this region can host a thriving A-League and W-League club?
If Melbourne is a sporting capital of the world, and there are so many different nationalities living in the southeast of Melbourne, it's just a foregone conclusion that that's where, if given the facilities, given the right sort of leadership qualities, bingo, the rest will take care of itself.
And that you talk about so many nationalities. When you're up in Sydney, you've seen the advent of the Western Sydney Wanderers in terms of that very multicultural melting pot there, and it's a similar, if not greater, story here. You know, Dandenong being the most multicultural council in the country, therefore probably one of the most multicultural regions in the world. What better place to have the round ball code, having a professional presence?
Absolutely. So it's very tribal. We've discussed this, haven't we? And in Western Sydney, they take ownership. This is our club. These are our colours. We drink flat white, they drink latte. You know, any way you can define your region of Melbourne, you got to find it, and we're perfectly located in this corridor.
Paul, mate, it's an absolute pleasure to be in your presence, but to have you supporting the bid is really, really appreciated. Hopefully, we're sitting together in Dandenong Stadium for many years to come, watching this team and making a real difference in our community. So
singing "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Sure, why not? Thank you, mate.
Pleasure.